Okay, welcome back to ANZCRL Combined Racing League's Race 2 of Round 2 here at Oulton Park for the Open Division of the GT3 Sprint Cup. I'm your host again, Woody Lizard, and alongside me is Dark Racing 40.
Hello everyone, how's your night going so far? We're watching an out-of-control Porsche with Night Havoc in qualifying.
Yeah, the winner of race 1, but obviously just trying to find the limit, and he definitely found it there, Darky.
Well, I just missed that.
I just said he was just finding his limits after winning the race, but he definitely found it there.
That's it. So far, under 10 minutes remaining in qualifying. Night Havoc is the fastest with teammate Commander Jim in the second Porsche, in second right now. And then Beasting in the Ferrari holding down third. Tim Jack in the Cadillac in fourth right now. Let's see if he can go quicker. No, he doesn't. Quick Mick in fifth. In the Acura. Let's see if he can go any faster.
Who was fourth in the previous race? Was
and around.
It was Gear, wasn't it?
Yes.
GT3.
Quick Mick's just lost control in the final corner there. But speaking of GT3 gaming in the Bentley, there he is. Holding fifth right now as Blue Falcon, the Renault, pops out right behind him. So 1:33.6 for Night Havoc. Still the fastest man around this track right now.
Yeah, it's such an enjoyable track around here at Oulton Park. Racing can always be very exciting with not too many places to overtake. But obviously, as we've seen that previous race, it's all about pressuring the guy in front to try and get him to make a little mistake to get a little window where you can overtake.
That's it, so watching GT3 game, he was 6 cents up on his lap time, so we'll see what he can do out of this section. Here comes up to the line, 8 tenths now.
This is going to put him up there into maybe 5th or 4th if he can continue here.
That's it. So here's the car point in, get a nice exit out of here. As he does. He comes up the line and see what GT3 game he can do. And he jumps up into 5th. Lost a bit of time there. He was up 0.8. Oh, slides into turn 1. He just drops on the outside of the corner there.
He may have a little bit too much front aero there, or not enough in the rear. The rear's really loose, isn't it?
That's it. Oh, he's off doing the country work now. So he's Blue Falcon, the Renault. In 7th right now.
Yeah, competition here in the Open Division is fairly tough as well, like a 35.5 around here isn't a bad time at all in a GT3 car by any means.
No.
But you know, when you got the other opposition, like the other competitors doing 34s, and as we can see, Night Havoc in a 33.6. You know, I guess the pro lobby will be seeing 33s as well, but you know, these guys aren't too far off the pro pace at all.
So the two Porsches are sort of linked up together, which can be a hindrance sometimes if you're too close to the car in front of you. Sometimes you just want to be sort of just back enough so you don't get any aero wash and you've just got maximum grip from the aero of the car. Got two Porsches out in front right now.
Yeah, doing their do. 1 and 2 in race 1. Will they repeat that here the second race? Mandatory pit stop, 45 minutes.
That's it.
There's no requirements for fuel or tyres in the mandatory pit stop, but they just need to stop in their pit bay.
That's it.
And once they release, they can go.
There's Tim and Jack in the Cadillac. Jumping over the curbs here.
So talking pit lane too, most of the guys were on softs in that first race, but they were struggling with their tyres. They were going off as well, so there wasn't a clear message if they were going to go softs or hard in this longer race, knowing that we've got clear skies here, 3 p.m. The track temperature a little bit hotter, probably around about 38 degrees, 37 degrees.
Well, the question is, will you see someone who actually will take the risk here to lose the time in pit lane to put a fresh set of tyres on? And hopefully those tyres, and if someone does in front of them, that they will lose more time than they can gain with a fresh set. So is anyone going to take that risk? As Night Havoc has just set the fastest lap now.
So what we were saying, the tyres, though, about 14 seconds added onto your pit stop for the two tyres.
16 seconds for all four.
All four, but so there's a good option that they might just go the front, Starkey, because the fronts are the ones that get punished around here.
Yeah, if their rears are hanging on, but the fronts are getting hurt, they might be able to do that, like be about 10 second stop for the fronts.
Yeah, so we'll wait to see how that all pans out very shortly, but 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in qualifying.
Oh, Beef Thing has now split the two Porsches too.
With a nice 33.978, that's sensational time that we've been seeing him get out of this Ferrari.
That's it.
They're all getting faster times than what they did on official practice on Thursday, so you know, it just shows you a little bit more track time.
Jim's picked up a grid place penalty. Spin pit lane. Oh, Beef Thing's up in his lap time. 2 tenths. Can he gain any more?
And what? Yeah, so what's he into now? Sector 3. So yeah, the final part of the circuit.
There's 2 tenths up. Can he gain another 2 tenths in this final section? Potentially jump the pole.
He's been working hard, B Stang. He'd be absolutely wrapped if he can get this on pole position. Oh, so close.
Not quite. But he still has enough time for 2 more laps just if he wants to continue on.
I tell you what though, that sort of pace coming out of that Ferrari from B-Stang, I tell you what, the man that's leading the Pro Division Championship, also in a Ferrari 488 Saturday 15, will be happy to see his Open Division teammate doing such a good job here. He's probably rubbing his hands together.
And he's up in his times too.
I believe you managed a low 33 yourself in official practice on Thursday, Darky, in that Lamborghini Huracan.
Yeah, the Lambo seems to suit this track a little bit better. So it's still not 100%, but it's a lot better. A lot more nicer to drive here.
Yeah, a bit of a turnaround from Bathurst, that's for sure. They're around here at Oulton Park. Don't have the big long straights.
Oh, he's up, but he's lost more time.
Yeah, so sector 2 wasn't the best for him.
No, you lost about, and there goes that lap time. That's going to be invalidated. So that's it for B saying he's done.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing with the game too. It also invalidates. Commander Jim just tags that barrier.
But he's done. So he's GT3 game, and then he's running off too. So he's done.
Yeah, so unfortunately, if you sort of come off, I think it's in the final sector, anywhere in the final sector in this game, it invalidates your next lap too. Is that right, I think?
Yeah, that's it. Unless you can slow it right down before you go off. But it's where Blue Falcon's the only car on track now who didn't go off in that session, and he's up on his time. It's in the 34s. But he needs to gain a lot more to move up ahead of gear.
Yeah, so he's faster than what I've been able to manage in my SLS Mercedes, so he's doing a good job.
And then runs wide and really destroys that lap. So that's it. So everyone their final lap destroyed their final laps. So it is a Porsche on pole of Night Havoc, with B-Stang gets in second in the Ferrari, with Commander Jim qualifies third, but it's going to good place penalty, he's going to drop in fourth. Jim Jack and the Cadillac is now going to be promoted to third, Quick Mick in fifth, GT3 Gaming in sixth, and Blue Falcon in the Renault in seventh.
Yeah, so we'll get these guys straight into the race. So I'm sure that they want to get this night over and done with, but they've got 45 minutes in front of them here, and I'm sure we're going to see some twists and turns here tonight for this final feature race.
Let's see, get the Blue Falcon here in the back there. There's a Bentley of GT3 Gaming.
Yeah, qualified a little bit better than what he did in race 1, so 1 spot better. Quick Mick starts off the same position, but he did qualify 3rd in the first race, but had those 2 grid positions, so he's going to be familiar in that spot there in 5th. Commander Jim, as we've seen, 1 grid penalty, so he's still going to be on the second road alongside the next man, Tim and Jack, in that P51 Sim Sports Cadillac. And then B staying in their ever popular 48 FF course Ferrari 488 just behind. Well, he'll be alongside Night Havoc. So we did see Night Havoc take, what side did he take? He took the left-hand side.
He took the left-hand side, which is a bit surprising. Yep.
Yeah, it's not so bad though. If you get that run coming out, you've still got that corner. You can cover the inside, so it not that bad, I guess. But
yeah, but the guy in second place gets a better run than you, or just or sticks with you side by side. He will have the inside line for the next corner. But then if you can stick side by side, you have the inside line for the next corner. But it is a tricky area to go side by side.
Exactly. So. Yeah, the old hall corner. If you've got 2 drivers, actually, especially on that first lap, if that's where a lot of things happen, first corner, first lap. But if the guy on the inside doesn't drift out all the way to the outside, a car on the outside can actually stick it around the outside, as you said, Darky, and then have that run down into Cascades with the inside and still hold on to the first place.
Okay, so we'll go through some of the camera angles that we've got here for you tonight. Besides the actual track cameras, we've also got the roof cams, which is on all the donut cars. You can see the Porsche there. He's based in the Ferrari, the Cadillac of Tim and Jack, the second Porsche of Commander Jim, the Acura of Quick Mick, the big Bentley of GT3 Gaming, and the Renault of Blue Falcon.
Geez, it looked like Gear 3 Gaming too. What was low on his revs there. Hopefully he's got some fuel there. He looks like he might be in a higher gear, saving some fuel.
He's just trundling around. So it is kind of with this, you don't really need to sort of save fuel. You can probably just burn that bit of fuel off and and also in your pit stop, it might be worth just to throw in 2 litres. Because if you're just doing the stop and go, sometimes just throwing in a little bit of fuel is actually can be slightly quicker than just stopping.
Yeah, you never know with these time races too, with the pace too, that the leader may just get over for that extra lap. Yeah, so you're better off, having 5 or 10 litres extra fuel.
That's it. Yeah, it's worth at least to have 2 laps extra of fuel, and also if you have spin, that fuel will come in handy because it does burn more fuel to get going from the spin.
Yeah, true.
Surprisingly enough, you don't really think about, you just have spin, got to get going, but sometimes trying to get going actually burns a lot. It can really, compromise your fuel burn.
Well, you've lost your momentum, haven't you? And you're back in the low gears, and you're trying to get that momentum going again. You're obviously going to burn some more. So we all know that. We've all had P plates, and we've been at the the traffic lights, and wonder why we go through so much fuel, because we outdrag everyone on the traffic lights, and realise that as you get a bit older, if you don't put your foot flat out of the traffic lights, you save that. Get better fuel economy. That's
it. So there's a track of Oulton Park. So pretty simple, but not simple track layout. But I look at the same time. So here we go.
So he's queuing up the left again.
Oh, he's really slowed him up this time. Green's going to go early, and away we go. And here comes
Tim and Jack's.
He's made an awesome start. He's jumped into second now, into turn 1.
Actually caught B-Stang napping, really. I thought B-Stang would have been up a little bit closer to Night Havoc, and he was being a little bit cautious, I think.
No, I think Gear 3 game. Yes, he's had a half spin there.
Yeah, it looks all straight though, so he's been lucky not to be collected.
Oh, there you go, some cones in the background. I think that was Blue Falcon knocking the cones out of the track. So Night Havoc leads the way through this fast section. Oh, B-Stang's on the grass. Can he stop the car? Can he not hit anyone? Oh, he just gives Commander Jim a little tap there. Sends him wide, and here comes Quick Mick down the inside. Oh, they're touched again.
I'll tell you what, Commander Jim's thinking, why am I such a magnet to these cars at the moment? But he's just got the car in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
It's a long race. It doesn't matter. You can make up that on with your pit stops. So it's Porsche, Cadillac, Ferrari, Acura, Porsche again.
Oh, Quick Mick has forgotten about the brakes.
Oh, it's all chaos down here back end.
Yeah, the hills, his lops has caught everyone out. I don't know what happened to Quick Mick.
Man, the Jim's being served. He's flipping to the back of the pack. There's Quick Mick.
Quick Mick is in third after missing the chicane, but obviously there's no penalty up there at the moment, so
it will take time for it to show up if he has got the penalty. So GT3 game in Blue Falcon going at it. Oh, they're touching, they're banging doors.
The big Bentley.
Hard in the break in here. Just goes wide though. Renault down the inside, but here comes the Porsche. And there goes the Renault. Here comes the Porsche down the inside.
Great racing from lap 1 here of the Open Division Championship.
Hard in the race.
GT3 Gaming takes out, or doesn't take out Commander Jim, but takes out the opportunity of Commander Jim.
Beastang, he's always got a bit of damage, so he's getting his car repaired now.
Yeah, so wisely probably mandatory stop out of the way here and fix that damage at the same time.
It can actually pay off being quite early. It does mean you can run your own race. You don't have to worry about anyone. Or you're nearly dropping tyres off in the dirt there. It's not the spot you want to be doing that.
Blue Falcon in 4th position, doing a good job in the Renault, holding this angry pack at bay at the moment.
Commander Jim wants to get past these guys because he's a lot faster than these two. See, this is the question now. If you're being held up by cars, you can't get past them. It would be worth for Commander Jim to pit now.
Yeah, true. That's exactly what may be going through his mind at the moment.
But if he's planning to change tyres, then sometimes you have to stick it out there to. There's no point changing tyres now, then because you have to run even longer. So if he's planning to change tyres.
Yeah, it's a hard thing, but if he's going to change tyres, if he's on softs and he's going to go in early and all that and try and get out of, always he's run wide, you'd probably try and change him to the hards and just bite the bullet because he'd come in early and you'd be able to get through the end, not a problem. But
so now that Commander Jim's fallen off the back a bit, you see what lap times you can do for the next couple of laps. So Beasting's back out, getting lane now. So he's the first of the pit stoppers, 38 seconds behind the leader.
So it's a weird one from Beastang. Like we saw Quick Mick come flying through, and I don't think Quick Mick tagged him in any part of the back of the car because the car looks okay. But I think he just over braked coming into the corner, and the rear's locked up on him.
We'll see, but he's not having in the Porsche out front with Tim Jack in the Cadillac in second.
Yeah, the Porsche looks a lot cleaner, a lot better than what it did that previous race.
That's it.
Obviously. I spoke to Night Havoc and he said, yeah, he had nice, no problems on his end. So obviously it was just a game glitch on our end. Because none of the other guys said anything about him jumping around either.
There's Quick Mick. Blue Falcon and GT3 game is still going at Blue Falcon being defensive, trying to make Gear go the long way around, but Gear can't stop the car.
Oh, Gear's gone really around the long way.
That's it. That's going to give a chance for Commander Jim to get on the backside of him. Yeah, trying to pass people around that outside is incredibly hard. It can be done, but you have to be quicker to go around the outside of them, and you need the room.
Yeah,
you need the other guy to work with you.
It's very tough.
It's not going to work.
I think when you're in the British touring cars or something where it's door to door and it's banging panels, you can get away with it. But these cars here, not so much.
That's it. Oh, Gear runs wide. Here comes Commander Jim. That's Commander Jim runs wide too, and he takes the move.
Yeah, nice awareness also from Gear not to come straight across the other part of the track as well, which can happen when you're trying to rejoin after being on the grass. The car sort of just grips up and changes direction on you a bit awkwardly.
That's it. Night Havoc's put out a 3-second lead over Tim Jack just then, literally almost within one lap.
So he must have made, because that last lap they were both pretty similar times, so unless Tim and Jack ran wide out of
turn one,
turn
yeah,
one.
might have just made a small mistake then.
Because Quick Mick now can see him. He's only 2 seconds I think behind roughly. So all for Quick Mick here for a good result.
Yeah. But
we can't forget about Beastang. We're going to have to keep an eye on some of his lap times. He's done a 35.8 on his
first flying lap
after pitting. Yeah. So Beastang's already had his mandatory pit stop early for damage repair.
So he's good to go for the rest of the race now, hopefully. So if he can close in that gap, or the Blue Falcons just had a spin there. So he's dropped a lot of time now. He gets going under the Renault.
Yeah, obviously, just sort of, he has some pace out of that car as we've seen in qualifying, but just constantly, I think that car's
138
just
for
not...
Commander Jim, so slow up there, so he's made a mistake somewhere. Cost him 4 seconds, and he's still losing time to Nihavik.
So we talk about consistency normally separates, say, from the Open to the Pro Division, but we're sort of talking also car setups. You know, if you don't have the car under you, it's from lap after lap, it changes on you, and you just can't get that consistency. So when those drivers find that they can get their car set up well, you see people like Night Havoc and Tim and Jack here on our screen, you know, doing a pretty good job, decent job.
Also, sometimes if you start to overdrive the car, you make mistakes. Sometimes you just have to work. Just remember, just to relax a bit, just back it off a bit, and then just ease yourself back into it, and you'll start getting better and quicker. So sometimes if you get yourself flustered because I've made a mistake, you got to get back into it as fast as you can. And that leads to another mistake, and it just compounds and compounds up each other. And sometimes you have to, all right, made a mistake, just settle back down and try and get back into your rhythm.
Look at these beautiful clear skies at Oulton Park for the final feature race here for round 2 to finalise the final race for the Open Division. Love to be up there at the moment. Can't get much better than this, Starkey.
That's it.
Nice grippy track, nice sunshine, no rain in sight. All you need is a well-behaved handling car.
35.9 for Tim Jack there, so he's back into 35s again. So he's just setting himself down now. There's quick big runs wide there at turn 1.
Yeah, just taking it all up on that green AstroTurf on the exit.
So let's have a look here at the Ferrari of BC.
36.1.
So he's there. So it's going to be.
It's just a mental game for him now, isn't it?
Yeah,
really.
He's out by nowhere. So if we bring up the map, so you can see he's nowhere near anyone. So which can be good because faster. 356.
Yeah. They can be good, but the thing that I think that's benefiting him, that will benefit him right now, is seeing that Blue Falcon dropped off the pack as well from gear. So, you know, you'll see that time dropping down, so it'll make him get him, you know, in a racy mood once he gets onto the back of Blue Falcon.
Well, the good thing for Jay's saying is that the fact if he can just concentrate and knuckle down and go, there's no one near me. It's hard to race when there's no one near. You kind of just racing the clock. You just sort of look at lap time. You just keep hunting that lap time and just be as good as you can at lap time. That when these other people stop, if he can reduce the gap to these other cars, when they stop, he will get them on the pit stops.
Yeah, exactly.
GT3 game. Still trying to hunt down Commander Jim. 37.3 his last lap. 37 almost flat for Commander Jim, so he's a little bit slower than Commander Jim right now in the Bentley. Still making mistakes. Yeah, just needs to settle himself down a little bit more.
Yeah, they do, but you know, he's there, and that's the main thing for Gear 3 game. He finished 4th in that first race.
Almost a 37 flat as he runs wide turn 1. Gets the big wiggle on the dirt there. As I said, you've got to be careful of those curves. They will spit you out.
You just see, it just seems like he gets that turn in it. It's got the grip in the front end, and the rear just wants to over-rotate a little bit. He's fighting the rear a lot in this Bentley. I tell you what, he's going to have his work cut out for him for another 30 minutes or 34 minutes remaining of this race. He's going to be a tired boy.
That's it. Gets in the last time besides round 1, the last time he actually raced was Daytona, the 24 hours. So he's had a big break with schoolwork and that stuff. So he's finally been able to sort of, he runs just off there, the track there, now he's able to come back. The Commander Jim.
Don't forget though, he's a YouTuber as well though, Gear 3 Gamer, and you know, on the what's his YouTube that he does? He does quite a few little things on it.
Triple Crown. That's it.
Yeah, so be sure to go and check him out over on the YouTube.
Yeah, we need to get into him to get the next episode of The Problem with X. So he's been busy with schoolwork, so that's sort of just stopped to the side. So we'll have to get into him to get another episode up and running. So,
yeah, but he's interviewed a few junior race car drivers over in the States as well. Some of his archives there. So, and some of those drivers are doing not a bad job overseas either. So definitely a channel to check out there at Triple Crown Racing. As you can also check out our one, Darky, at YouTube.
Yep, which is a Oz AUS NZ Combined Racing League. His Quick Nick runs wide there. So yeah, that's where our previous races are all put up on YouTube there. So you can see our special events, previous series. If you want long races, short races, there's pretty much everything out there for you heart's content. And B saying it, oh, Blue Falcon has pitted. And he's had a big crash. He's lost his rear wing again, round 2. But he's done that.
Oh, yeah, he did it both races at Bathurst, didn't he? Race 1 and race 2, he lost that rear wing.
That's it. So he's had a crash somewhere. So B-Stang's now got the free kick over Blue Falcon, so he's jumped on position. He's still the same gap behind the leader, 40 seconds, so he hasn't really closed and really dropped off. He's just there, but he'll be closing on the other cars.
I'll tell you what, I think this man is going to be vulnerable, but at the end of the day, Tim and Jack, maybe without any damage repair, may just come out in front of B-Stang, but, you know, he's roughly, well, he's not that far, but he's 300ths of a second or so slower that last time around from B-Stang, so he's got an 8-second deficit to Night Havoc. B-Stang was second when he pitted, wasn't it? Oh, he had that spin and then he pitted, so...
Yeah. Oh, touching the dirt.
So he's going to he's probably going to filter out in between Tim and Quick Nick, maybe, depending how things go for the next 10 minutes or so before these guys take their mandatory stop.
Well, the question is, when are they going to take their mandatory stop? That's the other question. Are they going to take it early, or are they going to wait till the absolute last, 5 minutes to make it? You don't want to leave your pit stop right at the end, because if you need to attack someone, you're going to run out of time. You need to leave yourself some time to attack.
That's right.
Oh,
yes. It's Blue Falcon. I think he's just getting out of the way, maybe.
Yeah.
Wouldn't think a car would be that far wide in that section.
I think he made a mistake, and then saw these guys come and decided just to stay completely out of the way. So, Commander Jim hasn't really pulled away from GT3 Gaming. GT3 Gaming bounces over the curves there, runs a bit wide again.
Yeah, Commander Jim's having a little bit of hard work trying to shake gear from his tail.
So I'm wondering, if Commander Jim's copped a little bit of damage in all those little bumps and bruises at the start of the race. It's just suffering from a very small amount of aero damage, which does cost his cars quite a bit. So he might have like 2 or 3 aero damage. It does cost you about 5 kilometres in a straight line. It doesn't give you all the grip you want. So
yeah, he could be right there. He was actually, he was getting, as he said, he got tagged about 2 or 3 times by different drivers, getting caught on the outside of them. Yeah, he's definitely had the elbows out early in that first part of that race, the first 2 laps.
So if you look at our leader here,
nothing can stop this bloke here at the moment. Night Havoc, what a sensational job he's done in this 85 virtual team driver's Porsche. We've seen them in him and Commander Jim in this car previously. I think was it the Spa 24 hours. I think maybe.
So
24 hours,
yeah.
But they've also teamed up in something similar in the virtual drivers, I think, when they did the Daytona 24 hours.
They've also,
but not a Porsche.
They've also teamed up in the Audi for the endurance series that's running, which I think the next round's coming up next month, I believe. I believe.
I'll just have a quick look. Yeah, it was delayed because of this series. One of the rounds, the next round at Silverstone, was being double booked.
Yeah, it was going to come on the same day, so we didn't want to overspend everyone on their driving time.
This is actually the 13th of November. We don't see that restart again for round 4. There's only 2 more rounds remaining of the Endurance Championship. But if you're interested in that, have a look at our website. All the information's there at aus-nzcrl.weebly.com.
That's it.
And you can find out the last 2 rounds, which is at Silverstone on the that November date of the 13th of November, and then the final race is at Barcelona on the 11th of December, and that's Saturday for the final round, and that will be the end of our racing for 2021.
That's it. So here's Quick Mick in the Acura, holding down there around 13 seconds behind the leader. No, just backed off there for a slowdown. You can just hear it, motor. So he's keeping on the track, keeping on the black stuff. He's got a lead over Commander Jim, so he doesn't have to do anything fancy right now.
No, that's it. Make them do the chasing, that's for sure.
So there's Blue Falcon. He's now a lap. Well, he's about to be a lap down. I believe that is. Oh no, that was Commander Jim. Sorry. So he's a lap down.
Yeah, he's had a pretty woeful period of this race, Blue Falcon. He's been there and thereabouts. He had that battle earlier between him, Gear, and Commander Jim.
This is also the problem for Blue Falcon, is once you start letting people pass, it just seems like you can never seem to get in a rhythm and start running your own race, because you always have to sort of get out of the way of the other cars. But at least he's doing the right thing, he's getting out of the way. Let them run their race.
Yeah, true.
So, Beastang
in the experience.
That's it. Beastang in the Ferrari running a 34.9. I think that's the fastest lap of the race, actually. He's still maintaining that gap to the leader, so he hasn't closed that in too much, or he just runs a bit wide there.
Yeah, so about 3 laps earlier it was 40 seconds the gap, and now it's only 41. So yeah, he's not losing that much at all.
No, but he's maintained that gap, so he's doing the right thing. He just needs to try and keep the gap to the leader. Maybe try and reduce it to a bit if he can. If he can keep running like low 35s, high 34s.
Yeah, I think realistically though, Darky, he'll be looking for second position here. I think Night Havoc, the way he's going, he's not going to have any damage repair or anything like that. He's just going to have a stop, even if he puts tyres on.
And we've just lost the car now.
See him come out. That would be Blue Falcon, I believe.
Yes, we just lost Blue Falcon. He has returned to pit lane. He's retired.
Return to pit lane on whatever lap that might be, lap 11 or 10 maybe for him.
Lap 11, I'd say. This is a lap down.
If you go to the screen times, maybe we might see it quickly while he's there. Oh no, he's not there.
Not there. So down to 6 cars now. So running a Blue Falcon has popped the motor, so he's returned to pit lane now. So down to 6 cars now.
Unfortunately, a low 6 cars remaining. But hey, it doesn't matter. These guys that are actually on track, they know they're going to get valuable points towards the championship.
There's Tim Jack in the Cadillac. Doing quite well. It's 10 seconds behind Night Havoc.
Yeah, it's just every lap he's been losing that little bit, so it's just been increasing lap after lap there, that gap between him and Night Havoc. But the main thing, he's holding a very solid second, but I still think the Beastang's going to challenge Tim and Jack for second by the end of this race. Once Tim and Jack has his pit stop and comes out, I think Beastang, if he's not in front of him, he's going to be right behind him.
That's it. So the Cadillac's showing how strong it actually is here at this track. It wasn't quite suited to Bathurst. Apparently, I believe the Cadillac doesn't really like big undulations. It seems to struggle. Even at Spa, when we went there, it was a car that was really good everywhere except for when you came through a Rouge and Radion. It really struggled through there. And Matty Seeking worked on the car a lot to get it to actually go through there.
In saying that though, I think that had a podium chance, and Matty unfortunately got disconnected there just before it was all going to pan out.
Yeah, he disqualified himself coming to pit lane.
Yeah, or something happened there, but either way, he definitely had a very good chance to be on a podium there. So he fought pretty hard with that Cadillac at the Spa 2.4 hours.
Yeah, because also surprising enough, the Cadillac was extremely nice on fuel actually, which we were kind of surprised, and it's a very quick car in a straight line too. So.
Yeah,
pretty much had almost, if the handling was a little bit better, it would have been the perfect GT3 car at Spa. Quick pace in straight line, extremely fuel efficient, and good handling. So it handles quite well. It's just Rouge and Radion was its biggest issue. Couldn't quite seem to hold it flat chat, but took a while for him to work on the car to make it just about flat chat through the whole thing.
So it'd be interesting to know. I didn't have a look when you brought up that screen. What sort of time penalty Quick Mick has incurred? Because
2 seconds for Quick Mick and 1 for Beasting.
Yeah, so he's just got to see where he goes there with Commander Jim. Slowly trying to get closer and closer to Quick Mick. There's plenty of time remaining, 23 minutes.
So they're just about halfway through their race.
That can be a very nasty tyre wall there if you've run wide coming out through there at the island bend.
Don't want to drop your tyre off in the dirt there. If you do, you pretty much are going to say hello to that tyre wall. Starting the race for the first chicane. Get on the power. Just clip that curve to the left. It does have a little bump there. Brake after this second chicane. Pitch the car in. And fly through the second part. Get on the power. See a little bit of lift through this section then onto the power. You start going up the hill here. Brake, downshift 1, 2 gears, flow the car in, get close to that inside apex. Don't go anywhere near that outside curve if you can help it, onto the power again. And hard braking in for the final corner. Turn the car in. The car wants to slide a little bit to the left here as it goes up to the rise and lift the car up. Don't let it run wide and on the power, get close to that left-hand wall and commence your next lap here. So as you can
nice lap there on board.
That's it. So clips a curve on turn 1 there. You've got to be careful with that. As you can see, the track is pretty simple, but also quite complicated as GT3 Gaming decides to pit now.
Yeah.
So the Bentley, he's pulled the pin now. So let's see where's Beast. And here comes Beast saying he'll easily clean him up. So he will take his position away from him. GT3 Gaming lights up those rear tyres of that big Bentley.
It's a very short pit lane, really, isn't it?
Well,
so,
not really.
So you've got to hold on.
The exit is quite long.
You got to.
This exit is what kills you.
Because they released their pit lane just now, don't they? The limit up. Yeah.
That's it. So his lap time entry to pit lane was a 41. So that would be if he's running around the 36. So that's about 5 seconds for him to get to his pit bay or before he crosses the start finish line. We'll see what he does on this lap now. That's probably about a 30-second pit lane in pit and go, or a stop and go. Yeah,
something like that. So obviously, both Gear and Beastang are the only 2 drivers that have had their mandatory stop. We're still waiting for the first 4 yet to take their stop.
That's it. So Beastang's pulled out a gap of 10 seconds from that pit stop over Gear 3 Gaming.
35 won that previous lap, 2 fastest men on the track for Beastang.
Gear gets a big wiggle on the power on the Bentley.
All in the shade there of the trees now.
Oh, and he runs it wide there. That's going to give him the time penalty. He's going to take it or try and get rid of it. Runs wide there, the final corner too.
Might have been lucky and just got away with it.
That's a 1 minute 57. Yeah, so it's about well, he runs wide. Yeah, so it's about 30 seconds to come in pit lane, stop, go. Just a bit short of 30 seconds, I reckon. So
when you look at those numbers then, so basically it looks like Beastang should leapfrog Tim and Jack because he's really jumped, like he's lost 8 seconds in the last 3 or 4 laps to Night Havoc, so he's had a bit of a moment. 39 that previous lap. Yeah,
so I think you are right. There is a good chance that Beastang will pretty much pop out around about 2nd place once everyone pits because he's only 20 seconds behind Tim and Jack, and the stop's about 30 seconds to 25 seconds, give or take, around that marker. He should potentially jump him as long as he can keep that gap, slightly closing or about the same. But he's not going to be a Night Havoc. As here we go, Tim and Jack's in pit lane.
We'll find out very shortly.
So Quick Mick's up into 3rd now. So let's see. Quick splash of fuel. Looks like he's getting some repairs done to his car, and there he goes. Lights it up. So here is Beasting. He's coming into the final corner. Let's see if he can jump in.
It's going to be close.
Oh, it's going to be very close here, but he's still... Oh, he's not going to be anywhere near it. I'm surprised by this. Oh, we'll see. And now he's released from pit lane.
So close.
There he is.
But, won't take long for Beasting now. Will be really hunting him down. Obviously, didn't take any tyres, Tim and Jack, so the tyres, their condition would be similar.
I think the thing we also forgot is the things that cost Beasting for his pit stop is because he had to repair his car body at the front of it. So that's costing the time now. But this is potentially the battle for second now. So if Beasting can get it with Tim and Jack, this will potentially be the second place. So we've got 3 cars still to pit now, the 2 Porsches and the Acura. Beasting's close.
18 minutes remaining too, and I think Beasting has been faster than Tim and Jack the last few laps.
But he's been on his own. He's had no one around him, so he's been able to just do that. Now he's got a battle to deal with 17 minutes remaining.
As he said, Tim and Jack's just got to isolate himself, forget the Beastings there, and just make that Cadillac, put it in the right spot each corner, make no mistake. It's going to be a draining last 17 minutes for both these 2 drivers.
That's it. It also comes down to the pit stop pressures too of their cars. Tim and Jack have just slowly altered and now upset the balance of the car, but here comes the Ferrari. He's having a good run in that final corner. Tim and Jack goes defensive for turn 1.
Yeah, it's basically, I don't think Beasting just got to just take his time here, don't do anything silly. He should have learned his lessons by now from Bathurst and previously, so I'm sure that, he's just going to wait for that opportunity now. Just don't make a rash decision, as just try and pressure Tim and Jack into that little mistake somewhere. Right down on the asphalt, getting gravel rash. Beautiful shot here. Seeing the back of the Cadillac.
Plane bursting out each side of the Cadillac there. Oh, he's just tagged the tyre bundle, and that's costing him a mountain of time now.
Yeah, getting a little bit greedy in the rear end. Just seemed to tag it there, the rear wheel.
But as I said before, you don't, he didn't have his pit stop right at the end now, so now he still has time to come back in. 15 minutes remaining. Just need to settle back down and go after him again. In the back of Tim Jack.
You just see how much a mistake can cost you though. He was right on him, and now he's about 5 seconds or so. It's coming down. Was Tim and Jack, or is that just a timing monitor going funny? Just a timing monitor.
Yeah.
But still, you lose a lot of time for those little mistakes.
I think he's actually made a small mistake, Tim Jack, because that just gained up like 2 seconds, so... Yeah, 39. Right, so anyway, so he did make a small mistake. But Beasting made the bigger mistake. So he's not happy.
I didn't see how far Quick Mick was behind Tim and Jack when he pitted. But basically we saw him coming in the pit lane, and Quick Mick was coming down the starting straight.
Yeah, it's about 5 to 10 seconds in between that area.
Right. So keep an eye on that too, because Quick Mick's sort of into these constant 36s at the moment.
So the question is, when are the first 3 going to pit here? So he's Command Jim in the Porsche. So the man is still got to shuffle to the back of the grid for this race. The GT3 game has also made a mistake of a 42, so he's probably had a half spin somewhere. Lost 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So the question is, when are these leaders, the not having still going around? Quick Mick, he's going to continue on. Man of Jim, is he going to pit now, or is he just going to keep going? I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few pits up around the 10-minute mark. Is it all, the first 3 all doing competitive lap times, 35s. There's the Cadillac, Tim and Jack in the 4th right now. And there's the Ferrari Beasting. Just yeah, he's quicker again than Tim Jack, so he's starting to close him down again. At 13 minutes, still heaps of time to try and hunt him down. Race isn't over yet.
Yeah, that's the one thing. But you know,
just
quick mix opportunity of maybe holding on to second. It's just been dashed. He's given that to Commander Jim.
So now he falls back down to third now. He's not that far behind him.
So that's a shame because the previous lap as well was in the 35s and he was faster than Tim and Jack again. So, you know, pretty much that opportunity has been dashed for Quick Mick. Once he pits and comes out, he'll be behind. He may even be right on B-Stang.
Well, we'll see what happens.
30 seconds. Actually, there's a bit more than 30 seconds actually between them now.
As B-Stang runs wide, he's off in the grass. He's had a little wiggle. It's cost him time. He's probably overdriving the car now. This cost him time now. The Quick Mick, is he coming to pit lane? Yes, he is. Hard on the brakes now. So watch Akka hit pit lane. Pulls it up.
So we're only waiting for the two Porsches to pit now.
That's it. So he hits his marks. Yep, car looks good. Give it a bit of quick clean. Yep, wait, and he should be going back now. There he goes, the lights on the sides. And there goes Tim and Jack.
There goes.
Here comes a Ferrari, and B-Stang will have him as well. Oh, I think he's going to top out. No, he's just got ahead of him.
So that spin was very costly for Quick Mick in the end. So you'll be finding him more effectively maybe in fourth.
I think.
Because Commander Jim will be probably still behind him once Commander Jim pits, maybe. Actually, it's going to be close because Commander Jim actually got in front of him, didn't he, before he pitted?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Commander Jim may
stay ahead
still come in between B-Stang and Quick Mick. It's going to be very close between this. Keep an eye because Commander Jim may just come out in front of B-Stang.
So, Night Havoc pretty much has a 30-second lead. So, yeah, he's pretty much going to come out in front of everyone still. He can stop and come out now and should still just be in the lead.
Yeah, he's dominated, hasn't he? He's really suited him here at Oulton Park. He was unlucky at Bathurst as well, as we said. Got the fuel all wrong.
That's it.
And threw away the podium in the race one.
The Porsche seems to be working quite well here. So, Jim goes around again. So we're just playing the two Porsches now. So when are they going to pit now?
Obviously, it's been very kind on the tyres, the Porsches, because they seem to be fairly comfortable out there. They're running this all the way to the end before they take their mandatory stop.
GT3 game just sliding around. I reckon GT3 game is running the hards for this race, but isn't quite optimised the tyre pressures, because if you do run the hards, you do need to alter the tyre pressures to get it to work properly, because he's sliding around a little bit more than he should, unless he is still running softs, and they are absolutely cactus now.
Yeah, I think there was talk just before I got back in the commentary after being in the garages just to find out how things went in that last race, that he was thinking about the hards. So I think you may be right there, Darky.
Yeah, if he hasn't done the testing, then the hards the grip will last on them, but you've got to make sure the pressures are correct there, and you've got to work out how the hards will work. They don't really have the actual grip, but they will have the consistency there to stay there.
And that's the thing too.
Oh, here's the big slide. Don't like that sign.
We've
Don't
just
like
been
that sign.
on,
No, it doesn't get the triple.
We've been just on board of the Bentley after we've seen actually on the track view where that rear end just seems to be letting go, going through cascades, and we're on board then, and you can just see how much Gear's been fighting through turn 3.
That's it. So
wasn't able to hold on to it then.
On the verge of going a lap down, but Night Havoc still has to stop, so it might just keep him from going a lap down.
Yeah, he should
so
finish the race still on the same lap.
Yeah, you can just see that Bentley there he is. He's just gone through a chicane, going over the hill. Just look at the road, you can see him up there.
I was just having a look up here, Darky. Imagine if you didn't have to go through this Hislop's chicane here. You go straight ahead and then straight into Nickelbrook. What a corner that would be.
Yeah, this will be a brake turn and pitch, and hopefully the car sticks to this corner here.
Would be absolutely. I reckon that would be exciting, that corner, if you didn't have to worry about that chicane.
And you'll be up to round probably 250 by the time you reach here. I don't.
Oh, yeah, he'd be
Two,
banging it
250, 260, yeah. I think right now we're only getting up to
yeah.
about 2. Well, we'll actually have to see. We'll actually go back a couple of cars. So here's. Let's see. Let's use this
Here we
Porsche
go.
here.
Because you really open up the corner too, coming in wide from way over there too,
That's
into
it.
this corner. Might have to have a race one day without track limits on, and just say to everyone, just go straight through there.
Yeah, so about 220. So without it, you're probably easily going to reach 250. Very easily.
Oh yeah, I reckon. Something to try.
That's it, probably one of our race of lols nights when we have a bit of a breather. And here comes Commander Jim in pit lane now.
So the man in second, will he hold on to second? I don't think he will commit.
I don't think he will.
Tim and Jack.
Tim and Jack will snag him, I reckon.
But B-Stang's the big question.
That's it.
B-Stang had that little spin earlier on that we saw that's probably cost him, but will Commander Jim still come out in front?
And here comes the Cadillac and the Porsche's rolling. There goes the Cadillac as you can blast past.
Yeah.
And here comes the Ferrari.
Here comes the Ferrari.
And he's going to get it. He should get out of the Ferrari.
It's going to be close. That Ferrari's coming hard at him.
And it's a drag race. Who's got the quickest car?
Down into turn 3.
And the Ferrari just snags him.
So B-Stang's into third position after pitting on lap 1 or 2 for damage.
That's it. Lap 1 for damage.
Lap 1 for damage.
So he's having the big fight back. So it can be done in these longer races. If you have an instant lap 1, you can come back. As long as it's not a big damage you have to repair. And here comes... Oh, Nightheavy's already in pit lane. That shows how far big of a lead he has.
Yeah, so B-Stang, as we were just talking about, though, like he's had to work so hard from the back of the grid constant times to get himself into that position too.
And this isn't going to be...
You can see that he's been pushing that hard that he's actually made a couple of little errors in that little stint as well, but still found himself in third. But he's got a time penalty too, Darky. I think it was a 2 second or 1 second penalty we've seen at once. I think it was 1 second.
So there goes Nightheavy.
Quick Mick had the 2.
He's in pit lane and out, and no one is near him. Still got a 26, 27 second lead over Tim and Jack. That's how much farther ahead he is. He pretty much entered pit lane with a 30-second stop. He's pretty much exiting with a 30-second stop. So let's have a quick look at the time penalties. So it's a 1 second for B-Stang. So for Commander Jim, the best thing to do is just stick with him and just stay with under 1 second. That will be the goal for these last 4 laps, I'd say. Try and finish with, just stick to him under a second as much as you can.
Yeah, 3 to 4 laps remaining, but you can see that Ferrari absolutely strong out of Druids. And, Commander Jim came just under a second and he went up being 1.3 seconds behind over the starting strip.
That's it. So the hard luck story of this race would have to be Quick Mickey. If he didn't have that spin, he'd been probably a little bit further up the road, I'd say.
Oh, definitely. He'd be battling right at the moment with B-Stang and Commander Jim.
That's it. So he'll be much closer to these guys. So it's Porsche v Ferrari now.
But don't count him out because, look, Commander Jim, if he does get up to the tail here of B-Stang and they have a bit of a battle and slow each other down,
that's it.
Won't take long for Quick Mick to be right there.
You can just see the Ferrari just ahead of him. Just about a second now, so he needs to close up that little bit more and just stick with him. And he'll get the position on the penalties. Sometimes you don't want to do it, but sometimes you just have to think of it. That's the way you're going to get that position. As B-Stang runs really wide, so does Commander Jim.
Yeah, just see if this B-Stang, if he just extends the lead over the starting straight to be about 1.6 or so, it's about 1.3. Oh no, so the Porsche's keeping up there through the final little part there as well.
Yes, it was a little quicker than him in the previous lap.
Oh, just holding on to it, Commander Jim.
Quick Mix, 4 seconds behind. There he is in the Acura. Green seems to be the main thing of paint schemes in this open lobby here. Black and green. No green there. Another black and green, white and green, and then white and green. So green seems to be the popular colour in this series. The GT game with Bentley. Another slow lap, so he's had another mistake somewhere. 3 minutes remaining. He's just sliding that big Bentley around there, but he's just struggling now at the end here. He's Beastang on the hunt. 6 seconds to Tim and Jack. Can he get to him? Needs to be doing quicker lap times than that. 3 minutes remaining, so probably about 2. Where is the leader now? 3 laps remain, I'll say. Yeah, I'll say we're going to get this lap, another lap, and finish on the next lap after that. Oh, runs a bit wide there, Night Havoc. You could hear him back off the throttle so he doesn't loop it. But with this much time to burn, he might choose to try and park it on the second lap and just pull it there. So let's have a look at his teammate now. Commander Jim just can't stick with Beastang. He's losing time. He's dropped out to blown out to 2 seconds now. And Quick Mick's only 3 seconds behind him right now. Quick Mick wants to make a move at him. He's running out of time. There's the Cadillac of Tim and Jack. 5 seconds ahead of Beastang right now.
So if positions stay as they are at the moment, we'll have Night Havoc coming first of the round, then we'll have Beastang second round result, and then equal third would be Commander Jim and Tim and Jack. And then in fourth will be Quick Mick and GT3 game in fifth, and Blue Falcon in sixth.
Running out of time. So we're under a minute and a half now, so Night Havoc can this will it's be touch and go for the final lap, I reckon. He's either going to try and smash that one more lap, or is he going to park it on this lap here? We'll see.
Well, for his teammate, I reckon he wants to do an extra lap if he can.
No, we don't talk about fuel. He's got plenty of that this time around, so he's made that mistake. There you go. Tim and Jack's got plenty of fuel. Beastang. Oh no! Beastang!
Oh!
No, he's going to almost champion, and he has to come in for fuel.
No, that's a shame for Beastang. So that's going to drop him from being a possible second place on the podium for round victory for championship points. He's going to drop right down now.
I don't think they're putting enough fuel in his car. No, he's trying to play with settings on now. I don't think they're putting fuel in the car. I think he's going to have to wait here till the end of the race. I think that's it.
Oh no!
There comes Night Havoc.
What a shame for
he's still in pit lane. Yes,
but
he didn't pop up the fuel on his thing.
He had to stop before he got in the pit bay, so he could actually set his fuel level that he needed.
So I think he might. I think he's. Yep, in GT3 game is just snagged super. But here comes Night Havoc,
and that'll be race over.
And
well done to the virtual team drivers of Night Havoc.
And here comes Tim and Jack. I think Beastang's pit bay is in front of this pit lane here, so he's going to DNF this race, I believe.
Yeah, he'll fall a couple of laps down.
Yeah, he'll fall 1 lap down now. Yeah, his pit bay is in front of it. Here comes Tim and Jack.
It looks like he's trying to push it with his one leg out the door.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he has to do a whole lap though, unfortunately. The start finishing line. It's right near those, is it next to his pit bay there, so obviously he didn't have enough time to adjust his pit bay. Here comes the accurate Quick Mick now. GT3 Gaming. So yes, he is. Yep, Beastang is going to finish technically for DNF. He's going to finish 1 lap down. His pit bay is
in sixth position.
Sixth position because his pit bay is ahead of the start finish line. So and he didn't have enough time to adjust his pit stop strategy. So again, a potential champion 2 Porsches. This is what we want to see in the previous lap. Clean Porsches.
Yeah, well done to the team virtual drivers with Tim and Jack just behind him there.
That's it. So 1, 2, 3 there.
So you're going to have the Night Havoc and Commander Jim coming first, second for the round points, and then in third will be Tim and Jack in that Cadillac. And then fourth will be Gear 3 Gaming, I think, just in front of Beastang and Quick Mick. So that was costly in the end for Beastang. Darky, we feel for that Ferrari team.
Well, I did say for pit stops it might be worth to throw in 2 litres of fuel, and there it is.
Yeah.
2 litres of fuel probably would have just got him to the end here. Might have not, but it might be enough to at least get around here. Just lower the RPMs and get him to the end here. So that's it for round 2 here of the Open Lobby. So Night Havoc takes the second win of the night in the Porsche. Tim and Jack comes home second in the Cadillac. Commander Jim inherits third here. Quick Mick gets fourth. Gear 3 Gaming fifth, and unfortunately Beastang just running out of technically fuel and his pit bay being start in front of the start finish line. DNF's being a lap down in pit lane in 6th. So what's a shame for Beastang. So
yeah, unfortunately that's the highs and lows of racing, and Beastang has felt the low like Night Havoc did at race 1 in Bathurst last weekend. So there you go. So what a race we just witnessed then. We did say at the start there was going to be some twists and turns, and we surely did see that, Darky, tonight. So looking forward to bringing it all live tomorrow night for the pro drivers from 7:30. So be sure to tune in here at our ANZCRL Twitch channel. Until then, have a good night, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for the pro guys to lock horns. Cheerio.
bye.